What's up, everybody? Garrett back here. What I want to talk about today is my Karate Kid and Cobra Kai full, complete physical media collection. So my original plan this month was to dive deep into a lot of Karate Kid and Cobra Kai related stuff that I have in my collection, and a lot of Karate Kid and Cobra Kai talk due to the fact that Cobra Kai Season 4 has just released on Netflix. But I've been having a lot of home renovations this month, and I didn't realize it was going to take up a lot of space in my house here. I've got boxes all over the place. The project has taken a lot longer than expected, so my content has been a little more lacking than I was hoping. But I'm back here now. I want to talk about my physical media collection when it comes to Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. And I want you guys to talk to me in the comments and let me know, do you have any of this stuff? Did you have any of this stuff? Maybe you have stuff that I don't have. I'm going to kind of go through each one of these items, give you a little bit about, why I got them, what I remember about them, and hoping it brings back a little bit of nostalgia for you. All right, so I want to start this off pretty hot and heavy. So what I'm going to start with now is something that I remember getting at such a young age. I couldn't remember if I got this before or after I had the VHS tapes, which I'll get into later. But the first item I want to talk about is the Karate Kid on the NES. So the Karate Kid on the NES, aka Nintendo back in the day, was released in 1987. And man, this game was awesome. I know a lot of people give a lot of grief to LJN titles, but my brother and I had a fantastic time with this game. It was one that we actually really enjoyed. It was really annoying at some parts. I remember there was some parts that were like really difficult. I'm not sure if we ever beat the game, to be quite honest with you. But I remember when we got it, I'm not sure if it was for my birthday or Christmas or something like that, but I can remember getting this and playing this a boatload of times with him when we were younger. So I don't want to dive too deep into this. We've got the cartridge in here. We've got directions in here. It's pretty much mint. The box has just a little bit of, I wouldn't say warping. I guess it's in really good condition, to be quite honest. And everything inside is pretty much still sealed up. So I did get this secondhand. This isn't my original copy as a kid. My original copy as a kid was sold at a yard sale with the majority of my Nintendo games, which I honestly regret now. So I did end up grabbing this thing, and I think this goes for quite a bit of money, fully complete and sealed. Nowadays, I know video game prices have skyrocketed, especially for a lot of these kind of complete older titles, but this is definitely something I'm happy to have in my collection, just because I did find it such a cool game. Did you guys have this one? I remember when you kind of started, it was the All Valley tournament. You kind of went through a couple different guys. I think you fought Johnny at the end. Then you end up in Okinawa, where it basically takes place during part 2. And what else I also really liked about this game was all those little mini games where you could catch the fly and break the ice. And I think you could do the drum punch was another one where you could do as well. Those little mini games were cool, but they were super challenging, I can remember. It's been a very long time since I've played this game, but I always found it very fun, and it was always cool to have a game that took after a movie that we loved so much. Now, keeping on with the game situation here, I didn't even know this existed until recently, and I had just picked it up. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm not much of a gamer myself. I kind of want to be. That a lot of these games now, because I haven't gamed in so long, I think the last real system that I was really playing consistently was Nintendo 64. We did have things like PlayStation 2, which I played mostly for wrestling games at that time. And I kept buying systems because I wanted to really get back into games. And I would buy games, and I just feel like I never could really get back into them, just because I felt like a lot of the games were just so much more advanced now, and I was so far behind, I just felt like I never was really good at them. So I ended up getting a PS4 a couple of years ago, mainly to play Friday the 13th. And I absolutely love that game. I had a ball with a bunch of people, a lot of friends on that, a lot of people from YouTube as well. We kind of hung out in there and played that late night, and I missed that so much. And that was really the only game I was really addicted to when it came to the PlayStation 4. I did grab an awesome game as well called Thimbleweed Park, which was a very reminiscent game for one of my favorite games as a kid, Maniac Mansion. So if you guys have not checked out Thimbleweed Park, I don't know if it's for all systems or just PlayStation, but it was awesome. I loved it. It was such a throwback. Those are mostly the style games that I'm really into. I did, however, also purchase a game called Until Dawn, which is more of a horror game, choose your own adventure, which I really liked as well. I was recommended things like Dead by Daylight and a bunch of these other Uncharted games and stuff like that, but I got bored of them really quick. I know those are a lot of people's favorites, but one game I did not know was available that I just picked up and haven't even opened yet, continuing with this series, is the Cobra Kai game. I didn't even know this thing existed until recently when I was kind of getting my stuff together for this video. And I saw this was released, so I made sure to order it, and it was really cheap. I mean, I think this was like 15 bucks sealed. It looks to me like a beat 'em up game, which I'm really cool with. Like I said, my biggest issue with games now is I just feel like they're way too advanced for me. Like, I don't have the patience, you know, to play stealth and all this other stuff. And I'm really still into more of these old school retro style games. So to me, this Cobra Kai game looks like something I'd really enjoy. So I might crack this open and give it a try. But I am looking forward to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which looks very similar to what we had with Friday the 13th. So again, guys, if you're on PlayStation, I only have the PlayStation 4. But if you like that kind of stuff, I'm definitely going to grab that Texas Chainsaw and play that thing online with a bunch of buddies that I did play Friday the 13th game with. So, hey, hit me up. Find me on Instagram at Born2beRad. Find me on Twitter at Born2beRad. Send me a message, and maybe when that game comes out, we can get some teams going and stuff like that. So, yeah, here's the two physical media video games that I think are the only two that are available for this franchise is the original NES Karate Kid and the new Cobra Kai game. All right, so that was the first portion of this, talking about more of the video games. Now, did you guys play Cobra Kai game? Let me know down below if you guys have played it. Is it good? Is it terrible? Am I missing something? These are the only two video games for this franchise, I hope. Let me know down below if I'm missing something. But what I want to get to now is like kind of the meat and potatoes of this whole thing, is more the physical media movie itself. So I talked about it before, is that the Karate Kid on VHS was something my brother and I watched a lot. This is one of those VHS tapes where the bottoms, you have to unfold this to get it out. And I remember back in the day, I remember a lot of people cutting these boxes because they just thought this was super annoying. But I'm kind of curious to find out if this is valuable at all, only because I know the same thing with video games that are complete. VHS tapes have really skyrocketed in value. And that's another thing in my collection that I basically purged off in about, I think it was like 2008. For like nothing. Like, I sold so many VHS tapes. I only have a small box still left in my collection, but I sold so much great stuff for like nothing. And I was still living at my parents' at the time, and I needed the extra space because my DVD collection was just getting so massive that I was like, you know what, let me just get rid of these VHS tapes. I couldn't get anything for them. I think I sold like 200 horror tapes for like 80 bucks or something like that. I can remember bringing them to meeting some guy online, and I gave him just like a couple trash bags full of these horror movies. And man, I regret that just as much as I regret getting rid of those Nintendo games at a yard sale when I was a kid. So if you're anything like me and you're really nostalgic and you're a collector, let me know down below what you're regretting when it comes to getting rid of some of your stuff that you had when you were younger. But like I said, I know VHS tapes are really skyrocketing now, more or less like the sealed ones, or more or less ones that are really in great condition. And this is in really great condition, actually. So I don't know. Wonder if it's worth getting graded, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know much about that kind of stuff, but I see them online all the time. I would never sell this, but it would just be really interesting to kind of see what something like this would be worth now, fully complete like this. But moving on, we are going to go to Karate Kid 2 on VHS. This one, same thing. It's the same style. This box is a little bit in poorer quality condition. I mean, it's fine. It's nothing really bad, but you can kind of see the corners here of just a little bit of wear and stuff. But Karate Kid 2, another great one. I'm just a big fan of this series overall. This is another one that my brother and I watched a lot as a kid. Great follow-up. To me, this is probably out of the trilogy, this is the most serious. It's the more Miyagi story. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think this might be my third favorite out of the bunch. Even though, man, I'm such a huge Chosen fan, I think he was just such a fantastic character. And honestly, he was probably the scariest or most intimidating villain of any of these movies. But yeah, Karate Kid 2, such a good one. VHS tape. We watched this a lot as a kid. All right, moving on. Obviously, we're going to go to Karate Kid 3. This one has the cut bottom. I mean, it was made this way, so it wasn't sealed off like those were. But yeah, Karate Kid 3, I love this one. I think this is a very, very underrated sequel because this did come out a little bit later, 1989. So a lot of the people that were really big fans of Karate Kid at that point had already gotten older. at when this came out. So I think they were kind of over it, but I love this one. Again, I talked about this in my other video. If you haven't checked it out, check out my Cobra Kai Season 4 spoilers video, where I say how much I just enjoy the characters here. Your Mike Barnes and your Terry Silver. They were just such a great group of people in this movie. And I think it's one that people need to go back and check out if they don't remember it at all, because this one reminds me a lot more of the original one than Part 2 does. So yeah, Karate Kid Part 3 on VHS. Great one. Now, I don't have the next Karate Kid on VHS. I'm assuming it had one. I'm almost positive it did. But the next thing I want to show is the DVD collection. Now, before this, I did have a standalone Karate Kid Part 1 DVD, which I had sold as soon as I bought this. So I did have that. That was one of my earliest DVDs. I can actually remember at the time I was dating my wife and she was in college, and she got it for me for my birthday. I can still remember like opening it in her dorm, and it was just a standalone Karate Kid DVD. And this was the box set that came out, and at the time I was just super excited because it had all the other films as well, which I don't believe had a DVD before this. I could be wrong, but I don't think they did at the time. I think that's why this was so, sought after for me. But yeah, you've got Karate Kid, Karate Kid 2, and then you had Karate Kid 3 and the next Karate Kid on this double disc here. I don't know what this is. Oh, so this is just some kind of just checkbook here for the original movie. But yeah, I mean, this was really cool when it came out. My only gripe on this was, that the Part 3 and 4 were on that like double disc type thing. And I never was a fan of this artwork. And I know they used this artwork a couple other times on like standalone releases when it came to the DVD and stuff. I didn't care for it too much. I loved the original stuff. But yeah, this was that box set that came out on DVD. I'm going to see when this came out. 2005 this was released. And I can remember picking this up on day one. But yeah, that was my DVD box set for the Karate Kid franchise. All right, so as we move on, we're now on to Blu-ray. So when Blu-ray kind of hit, again, I'm not sure if Karate Kid had a standalone edition originally before this. It may have, and I may have had it. I forget, but I did have this Karate Kid 1 and 2 set. It was cool when it came out. It has that same cover art as this one does. But at the same time, I was never really happy with this collection, just because you didn't really get a lot of new stuff, and the fact that it only had 1 and 2 in there really kind of bummed me out. So this was like just basically a placeholder for me. It was cool when it came out, but now looking back on it, I was just always a little bit bummed. With that being said, I did end up buying Karate Kid Part 3 standalone, and I believe this was, I don't know, this might have been a Canada release at the time. I don't remember. I just remember getting this and it not even really being available around here. I forget the whole story on this, but it's a standalone release for the Karate Kid Part 3 because, again, I love this one and I wish this was included in that set. I do not have the next Karate Kid on Blu-ray. I do think it did come out, and I think it might have even been a double pack with this. I could be wrong. Let me know down below if I am or not. But yeah, I never picked that one up again. I do like the next Karate Kid, but to me, it's not my favorite of the bunch. I'm fine with just the DVD for now. The next thing I ended up grabbing was another re-release of the Blu-ray. Again, I'm not sure if this is any different as far as special features. I'm not sure, but this had such a killer artwork on here. I believe this was Sam Ghibli, who also did the 4K box set. And this was really, really cool with just all the Cobra Kai characters on it. So I thought this was a really interesting, because it says the Karate Kid and it's just got all the Cobra Kai guys on it. It doesn't even have Daniel on here. So I thought this was really, really cool at the time. The Steelbook, you get the Cobra Kai logo on the back. Then in here, it just says the Karate Kid in white. So I picked this up just because, being a huge fan of the Karate Kid, I knew I wanted this in my collection. And again, I don't remember if this has anything different than the other Blu-ray did. But this is the Steelbook that came out, I would say probably a few years ago. And I think it might have been a Best Buy exclusive as well. All right, so this right here was something I was really excited about, but now I don't even think this company's around anymore. But I ended up getting Cobra Kai Season 1 on Blu-ray. I mean, this is obviously kind of a bootleg, but I mean, look at this, how great this looks. It's got the artwork here. It's got some artwork behind. It's it was really well done. I think the company I got this for was called Stinky Tuna, and they put this out, and this was just so well done. Because they only put out the DVDs of season 1 and 2, and I didn't want that. I didn't want the DVD box set of that because, again, we're above that now. We're ahead of that game. I have a feeling they're going to probably put everything out once the series is over, and I'm kind of just waiting on that. So with that being said, I don't even think I've opened this yet. But here is Cobra Kai Season 2 from the same company. And look, it's even got this sticker on it that says not for resale. And look at this. Download the soundtrack here, Cobra Kai music. It's weird. I think I did get this from the same company, which, I mean, for a bootleg, it's just really professionally done. You know, to have this sticker to go to this site. Now, again, this is still sealed, so these stickers will come off. It just seems like a really legit, you know, Blu-ray here. And I cannot find that site anymore, so I think they went down. So I was never able to get season 3 on Blu-ray, or obviously, you know, season 4 just came out. So I think I'm just going to wait, because I do believe that these will, you know, have a big box set at the end of the day, which I definitely want in my collection. But yeah, these were really well done by this company, and I do kind of wish I could grab a season 3 just to be on the safer side. But again, even if I found a season 3 on Blu-ray online, I don't know if the quality would really match how professional these things look. All right, so we're kind of ending things on 4K now. So this was the standalone edition. I talked about this in my 4K box set review. So if you guys haven't seen that, make sure to check it out. I'll put a link up here. Yeah, I loved this when it came out. It was great to see the quality change here. You know, it wasn't anything crazy nuts, but it was just good to see that Karate Kid got some love on the 4K format. But the granddaddy of them all, I've talked about this before, is this brand new 4K box set. Again, I think Sam Ghibli did this art as well. I'm pretty sure it was him. Same guy who did the Steelbook artwork. Man, if I'm not saying his name, if I'm not saying the right artist, I apologize greatly. But look at how great this looks here on the spine. You get all the movies in here on 4K UHD. Awesome. And I know I did talk about it. I do wish the next Karate Kid was in there, mainly because they could easily say that's the Ralph Macchio trilogy, which, yeah, it is. And I just hope that they don't re-release this thing in a bigger set, including the next Karate Kid. That's where I would kind of be bummed out. So to just kind of have it in here just to say this is the end-all be-all for now, that's kind of what I would rather have. So that's the physical media movie stuff that I have going from VHS to DVD to Blu-ray to 4K. As you can see, I've double dipped on this movie tons of times. And there was some that I had that I sold when I got better editions. So if there's anything that I don't have in this list that I just showed, let me know. Maybe there's something, you know, I'm not thinking of. Again, if it's overseas stuff, I don't really buy a lot of that anymore. I used to. I don't do it too much anymore unless it's maybe a 4K. I have a region-free player, but it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes to kind of set it and all this other stuff. So I kind of mainly stay to region 1 nowadays, especially due to space and double dipping and stuff like that. But unless something is like a 4K all region, you know, I can't get it here, then I'll probably grab it. But if there's anything really cool when it comes to the movies and the physical media formats of what I don't have, you know, let me know. I would love to kind of see it or hear about it. Maybe it just kind of passed me by. And the next thing I want to talk about is more like soundtracks. I have some soundtracks for some of these movies and for the Cobra Kai series. I'm going to show you guys now, and we'll kind of finish this thing up. All right, so the first one I want to show is the vinyl soundtrack, the original vinyl soundtrack of the Karate Kid. Man, the soundtrack for this movie is just fantastic. It was always one of my favorites. The songs on here just fit so well, so catchy. You know, every single song, every single track on this just brings back so many memories of watching that movie over and over as a kid. So yeah, this is the original soundtrack on vinyl. Now the next one is the original soundtrack on vinyl for Karate Kid Part 2. So again, I have that here as well. Some great songs on here, especially, you know, Glory of Love. You know, you have Earth Angel, which is also a big song on the Back to the Future soundtrack as well. Rockin' Around the Clock. I mean, this has some cool tunes in here as well. I always love the soundtrack for this one. All right, and then the third one, I have the Karate Kid Part 3 on vinyl, the original vinyl soundtrack. Again, I think this is the weakest of all three when it comes to the soundtracks. It's still really cool. It's got some good tracks in here. It's got Winger on here. But yeah, Karate Kid Part 3, I obviously needed this one to complete having all three. So this is the original vinyl soundtrack for the Karate Kid Part 3. And the last vinyl I have here is a real cool one. I did a review on this one as well. I'll leave a link up top for it if you haven't checked it out. But this is the Cobra Kai Ultimate vinyl for the show. Man, this thing is huge. It's got 3 vinyls in here. I don't want to dig deep into this because I did do a real thorough review on my channel when I got this. So if you haven't checked that out, I definitely would go back and look at it now. But this is really awesome. This was put out, I believe, by Mondo. I think it was, yeah. Mondo did put this one out. I'm not sure if this is still available or not, but it's really, really cool. So along with that vinyl soundtrack, I did get the limited edition, so I did also get a cassette tape for the Cobra Kai. And look, it's got the old school logo on the side there. That is awesome. So yeah, I did get the Cobra Kai tape as well that came with that soundtrack. You know, this has only got a couple songs on it. It's only got a couple. It's not like the soundtrack, which has got 3 different discs. But yeah, just it's kind of cool to have in the collection because actually I don't have, and I'm going to look at it now, I don't have any soundtracks on cassette for the Karate Kid 2 or Karate Kid 3. I don't have the soundtracks on CD. I don't think. I might have Part 1. I don't know, but I don't think I do on Karate Kid 2, Karate 3. I don't have those on CD either. I only remember having them on vinyl. I may have Karate Kid 1 on CD. I'd have to go look, but yeah, so I don't have any of those. I have this little cassette tape here, but I also have on CD, which I haven't even opened yet. And this is pretty cool because it came in one of these long boxes, which if you're around my age, you'll remember when CDs first came out, this is how we kind of saw them in the stores, in these long boxes. And this is the Cobra Kai Season 1 soundtrack on CD. And I haven't opened this yet. The CD's down here, but as you can see, look at all the track listings on here. That's awesome. And the Cobra Kai soundtracks have been, and scores have been fantastic. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this. I don't know where, I forgot where I got this. It says La La Land Records. And I got it when Season 1 came out, so I'm not sure if this is even still available, especially in this kind of long box here. But I always thought this was really, really cool, especially because it just brought back a lot of memories for when I was a kid and getting CDs for the first time. And the last thing I want to talk about here is the Cobra Kai Season 4 soundtrack CD. I also got this on La La Land Records recently, and I was lucky enough to get one of the very limited signed versions by the composers here. So this is really, really cool. Very happy to have this. It's got a 2-discer in here. You can see the side, Cobra Kai Season 4. And again, the artwork on here and the artwork that was on this tape and the records that I showed over there for the new Cobra Kai show. The artwork was done by Matt Ryan Tobin, who's one of my favorite artists out there. So if you guys don't follow him, check him out. His artwork is insane. I have a lot of posters from him that he's done, some alternative movie art posters, and it's awesome. He has great work. Now, to kind of finish this thing off, guys, this is my Karate Kid and Cobra Kai physical media collection. Just as a bonus, I'll throw this out there just because I have them here. And it's the Karate Kid and the Karate Kid 2 novels. You know, I guess could you count this as physical media? I don't know. But the novels here for Karate Kid 1 and 2, I'm not sure if they made one for Part 3 or not, but I do have those that I've had for many, many, many years, which I read a bunch of times growing up. So again, that is my full physical media collection when it comes to the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. Let me know if there's anything I showed that you didn't know existed, anything that it's pretty sought after for you, any questions about any of this stuff I have, and definitely let me know, is there anything else I am missing besides the stuff I knew I was missing, such as CDs, cassette tapes, and stuff like that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try my best to have some more Karate Kid and Cobra Kai content. I have a video stream, a live stream set up with a special guest where we're going to talk about our Karate Kid / Cobra Kai action figure collection. So I do have quite a bit of those. He's got a ton of those, and you definitely don't want to miss this thing. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for all notifications that come up to check out my next video if you're a Karate Kid or Cobra Kai fan, or just a fan of movies in general and pop culture, because I usually drop a video or two a week. So if you are not already subscribed, please do that now. And for people who are coming back and tuning into my stuff on a regular basis, I appreciate you guys so much. And this is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay